My Ohamu. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Okay. Ohamu Adam Choo Choo. Ohamu Feli. Welcome. Ohamu Sutokayo. Ohamu Chess. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone in the chat. Hope you guys are all doing well. Yeah, I'm sorry for my voice. I'm not trying to like make any excuses here or stuff like that, but I have an issue where like during the cold weather seasons, I just get like sick like consistently. So I always have like a sore or hoarse throat throughout like the rest of winter. Alright, thank you for the hydrate redeem chest. It just takes a bit for my voice to just get back in action and just get through the continuous days. But yeah, hope you guys are all doing well. How was the week? How was the week before for you all? I had quite a comfy had quite a comfy weekend. I ate a lot of good food. It was yummy. And had a lot of Chinese food. I helped my parents out. That was fun. Got to play some mahjong. So super happy on my end. Eventfully tiring week. Yes, for sure. I was so tired. Like I was like food coma for like 3 days. I was like, oh, I'm gone, you know, I'm gone. I was like, oh, the food is so good. I just couldn't stop. Yeah, I'm still so tired right now. And like, you know, I had like the Thanksgiving meal, and then there's like the Friendsgiving meal, and then there's like the home giving meal like for myself, and I was like, I'm eating so much right now. Like I had a break on Sunday, but even then I was like tired. I was like, oh, I can't move. I can't do anything with myself right now. I'm just gonna bed rot, you know, things like that. Alright, so let's do a little quick look back on last week. So what we had for our first card was the Six of Cups, which was about celebration and looking back at like returning to like places of nostalgia or something of similar effect. Oh, let me go find like the actual like description so I don't mess this up. You know, we've been getting a lot of cup cards and wand cards and stuff. Like we've been cooking with like parties. Oh wait, was it Pentacles? My bad. Okay, I messed up. I'm messing up a lot because I'm just kind of waking up at the moment. And that's my bad. Okay. Yeah, we had a lot of Pentacles the last few readings. And we were like, woo, like the party time, you know? And then so Six of Cups for the tarot is like primarily representing like nostalgia, childhood, pleasant memories and stuff like that. Like a simple like idea is just like kind of returning to simpler times or connecting to a past. So like, you know, some of us may have like went back home, you know, and saw our friends and family, you know, play a little catch up with them. And just like feeling that comfort or healing, or familiarity, things like that. We also had another major arcana pop up as our second card, which is our release card. So a major arcana as a major tarot card is a representation of like willpower, like mental strength, you know. It's like it's like when it gets reversed, it's like telling you to like implement like changes. Like there might be an illusion that you're getting decepted by, maybe like manipulated or manipulating like others for selfish gains and stuff like that. Or like missing financial opportunities, wasted talents, unwilling to change, things like that. So like reverse magician on our release card, I would like to assume is telling us to like really let that go, like our current state of emotions, maybe like just wanting to like obsess with power, reckless decision, and we just gotta like be able to just take a step back from that and like let go of those selfish desires that we're probably having, and like seeing if that really aligns with like your morals. And then what in the end of what we get is gaining a reverse Knight of Swords. Originally it like is talking about like assertiveness and directness, being impatient, but the reverse card would suggest like impulsiveness, scattered thoughts, disorganization, arrogance, tense like aggressiveness, stuff like that, being like getting into like shady deals or getting scammed, things like that, which is actually a really big thing that could happen like during Thanksgiving weekend, is that like people like start doing weird ass shit when it's like a very warm time for the giving like season, you know. But what is it telling us from what we gain? In my opinion, it's like I feel like the last two cards has told us to be like, take a step back, think like within yourself, to not like make these proper choices that like that could like fix what's like could happen ahead of you, you know. Well, hello Phalanx, welcome. Like you know, if what the Knight of Swords Knight bleh, oh my god, reverse Knight of Swords is like, let's say like you're having very little sympathy or understanding getting into people, like you might hurt the other person no matter like what you say or do. Like Six of Cups is kind of like, in my opinion, is like saying like think within yourself, you know, like of like the past, like were you in their place before, you know. And then, you know, reverse magician is like kind of doubling it down on that. It's like, how are you acting? Like this impulsiveness is like something you really need to let go. And I think that's like surprisingly like, in my like just from what I'm reading, it's like it's surprisingly very congruent with each other. they just like work together to just kind of tell you to like look within yourself. Think about like the past. Think about how you're feeling. Does it align with yourself as a person, or your thoughts, or like, you know, if you're working on being a better person, like does that like align with like your goals and stuff? And I think it's really nice that the reverse Knight of Swords also just kind of like tells you that if you don't watch what you're doing, you might be like hurting yourself and those around you much more than you expect. Yeah. Okay, hopefully that was a little good read from last week's reading, and then we can start ahead with this week's reading. So it's a new month. Gosh, like 2025 is almost over. Kind of nerve-wracking, honestly. Like, wow, we only got 30 days left, you know, 31 days left in this year. That's crazy. That's crazy. kind of like looking back at everything, I'm just like, wow. Yeah, the year at the beginning of the year was so slow, and now you blink, it's like, what do you mean we're in December? I'm like I remember, let me see. Like, so I actually had a journal at the beginning of this year, and then I just stopped writing. So like, the beginning of 2025 for me was like really busy. I remember going like, I'm just gonna go through my journal a bit right now, just to be like, hey, like where are we at right now? So where I left off was that like, actually, my goals in 2024 was returning to streaming, taking it slow and enjoying it. And like, I had a lot of reversed major arcanas. I had a lot of reversed major arcanas looking into 2025. I'm just looking at them right now. I'm probably going to talk more about this when we actually hit the New Year's. So, but looking at it now, I'm like, ooh, okay, it's kind of important. Didn't realize that whatever I wrote down was kind of things I was going throughout all of 2025. I just like, I love how I wrote this back in 2024, or like, you know, on New Year's. I was just like, Lamau, all reverse major arcanas were making me sweat, but we'll see where 2025 takes me. Always a little fun to see where these go, and looking back on the previous year as well. Anyways, let's move into the new year with a new journal entry. Lamau, I'm like, okay. Like, alright. Oh my god, I had like a sheet of paper get stuck? Oh my gosh, okay. I had dim sum on New Year's this year. Why is this stuck? Holy crap. Like, why is this so like sticky? Okay, whatever. Yeah, I like kept up until like, I kept up in my journal until like mid-January. and then I just stopped talking. The last thing I did that I wrote in January was like scolding my friends. So- oh wait, Monster Hunter Wilds came out in like February. Okay. And I'll probably look at this later, like at the end of the year, just to see like how bad I've been keeping up, which is not very good. Like I said, I've been consistently keeping a journal for like 4 years. I used to journal a lot as a kid, and then I went back into it because I like had to get therapy. Like 6-7 years ago, and so I kept a journal, just writing down my thoughts. And then like this year, I got busy with work, and then I forgot to journal, and I'm like, damn, I hacked up. I'm gonna keep journaling again, starting next year. That's like my goal, is just to try a different way of journaling, because I realized like the way I used to journal used to be very structured, and when I tried to make it less structured, I actually just fell apart. Because like, in my opinion, I'm quite an organized person, and if I try to like change my scheduling, it's like fuck. Okay. Anyways, let's actually get into reading our cards. I do apologize, I just started rambling a bit. You love hearing me ramble, thank you. I'm probably gonna do some journaling streams in the future where I'm just like co-working alongside you guys, and I'm just like, okay, let's just be a little more consistent. All of that. No complaints here. Thank you, Pseudo Kyle. Really appreciate it. Alright, let's begin here. So let me grab a note. What are we embracing the week ahead of us? What are we gaining? Yeah, more scrapping yapping. Ooh, a High Priestess card. Okay, wow. Upright as well. Okay, okay. Gonna lie, look, every time I get major arcanas, I get a little like nervous, because I'm just like, why are you here? You know, what do you want? Is there something I like hecked up on or whatever? And then, you know, sometimes I just read the card and they're like, check yourself, you know, check yourself. And I'm like, okay, okay. Bleh. Alright, High Priestess card means intuition, mystery, subconscious mind, wisdom, perception, secrets, insider receptivity. The High Priestess symbolizes inner wisdom and the mystery of the subconscious, inviting you to trust your instincts. So like, you know, last time we got the Magician, which is like the guardian of like the conscious mind, like mental mind and stuff. The High Priestess is like the subconscious mind, and we're like, what the hell is the subconscious mind? It's like what's like hidden within like the mental side of it. The High Priestess signifies spiritual enlightenment, inner illumination, divine knowledge, and wisdom. She shows up in your tarot readings when the veil between you and the underworld is thin, and you have the opportunity to access the knowledge deep within your soul. Girl, I thought they were like, I'm gonna die soon. I mean, that could happen, but like, that scared me. What do you mean the underworld? Okay. What they mean This is what I get for like reading something and I'm just like, huh? What they mean by that is like the like between you and like the spirit, like spiritual side. If you believe in like the spiritual side of this world, that's like what the High Priestess card is kind of like is suggesting, is like you're able to like tap into that like further beyond your mental capacity. There's like a spiritual capacity. The High Priestess um like allows you to be like the guide to venture deep into your subconscious mind. You have to connect with your intuition and like be part of like journey through like that part. Your intuitive sense right now is providing you useful information, is assisting you to become more in touch with your subconscious mind. Knowledge of how to fix these issues will not come through thinking and rationalizing, but tapping and trusting in your intuition, your gut feeling. Look for areas in your life that may be out of balance or lacking flow and ease. It's also a time of heightened intuitive ability and psychic insight. And if you are developing these skills, the High Priestess offers to further encouragement to continue on your journey and trust that you are on the right path. The more you listen to your intuition, the more it will flow. The High Priestess also signals like the high feminine side of you. Kind of like how it's telling you to have like your gut feelings. It's like feel it, you know, instead of thinking, like emotionally, just like how you're feeling is kind of at this point more important than how you're thinking. Like work together instead of competing against each other. Be proud of your abilities to nurture, trust, sense, and empathize instead of hiding it all away. I think that's really beautiful. Actually spoke to some friends last night, and we like really like empathized with each other and just kind of laid all our cards out of like how we're feeling, because they were going through a really tough time, and it really made me feel like you know, you're not alone when these things happen. Like, it's really rough, but you know, people go through a lot of similar things that like your peers may have went through, and it's really hard, you know, when it happens that you're like, oh my god, like this whole shit that's happening to me, no one has dealt with it before. And like to some extent, yeah, I mean, the things you go through, like the tough times you go through, is never gonna be one-to-one to like someone else's like emotions or what they're dealing with. However, you understand what they're going through because you may have gone through a similar situation with them. And that's like, it's like being able to connect to people like that is really like beautiful. It's like comforting, you know. So for this card, when it comes to like specific things with like love, it's like intimacy, patience in love. Career wise, it's like inspiration, guiding or mentoring people, using your instincts. For finances, for those who do care, like, you know, it's keeping your financial situation private. For feelings, it's like inviting you to delve deep into that connection. As an action, it's like it's time to turn those inward thoughts and trust your instincts to move ahead and stuff like that. So like, you know, maybe you have like a job prospect and you're kind of feeling like, oh, like, am I gonna like do well in this like area or something? And like maybe you're like, I think I'm gonna do well, but like you're feeling a lot of self-consciousness. But like, what was the first part you just said? I think I'm gonna do well. You should like use that. You should use that and just be like, yes, I'm gonna do well. I'm just gonna go ahead and like do it. And I feel like, again, as a major arcana, it's like, gotta do it. Just do it. Just do it. Like, don't let your dreams be dreams. That's like, I feel like this as an embrace card is just like, it's really just kind of like pushing forward. It's like, just do it. You can do it. Whatever you were afraid of, whatever like you had, like, trust that feelings, trust your gut, that like whatever the choice you might make is gonna be a good one. And like, disclaimer in a way, if it doesn't go well, I feel like you should be comfortable and confident that like that choice you made was at least like your own choice, like you made that choice yourself. Like when you talk to your friends or family about like making a choice or something, maybe you're like, ooh, like some of them are just like, don't do it, like it's scary, like you're not gonna do well, or like it's gonna be like really hard. But then like in your mind you're like, I can handle that, I can do those things even if it's tough. You should trust that instinct. And then if it's like tough and you can't like get over that hurdle, recognize that you tried in the first place. A lot of people don't even try. Like, you made that step to like take that step forward. I think that's a lot more important than not taking that step at all. And you get to learn more about yourself. You get to learn about your limitations. You get to learn about like how you feel with certain people around you. Like, you get to touch grass. You get to like just be able to just feel yourself in this like circle of like as a person. And I think that's really important, especially in like this day and age of just like everything like just crazy out there. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Just be able to like follow your gut. High Priestess card, crazy, as our first card to embrace for this week. Wild. Let me drink some water. Okay. I do also apologize. I am eating like oranges right now. I don't make my body a little stronger. I need that vitamin C. As I mentioned, you know how like I get a little sick in the winter, so like I kind of consistently just eat oranges just to like keep my body alive. Cranny's moving ahead. All right. Oranges. Yeah, cracking those eggs in your kitchen and creating some omelets at 3 a.m. All right, let's see. What are we releasing? Okay. Manifestation, study, focus, potential growth, learning, ambition, and opportunity. Page of Pentacles. Let me write that down. Okay. Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles The messenger of new opportunities encourages you to study and harness your potential for success. That's really cool. What does that mean as a release card? Like, what are we trying to avoid with this? So let's just read up what the upper right page of Tentacles is about. It brings a welcome message of new beginnings, inspiration, initial stage of creative project or venture. Since the Pentacles rule the material realm and correspond to elements of Earth, this page symbolizes a symbolizes an awareness of the value of money, wealth, possessions, career, physical health, and how to manifest more of these material blessings. You gotta welcome new opportunities to your material life, like a new job, a new business, or a financial windfall. And a wish to discover how to turn your dreams into reality. We just went about how the High Priestess was literally about just doing it, and like the Page of Pentacles is literally just saying like, look ahead of you, baby. We got something coming. And you gotta have the guts for that. I'm not eating chili peppers. What the fuck? No. I have a very low tolerance of spicy. Like very, very low. I suck like at eating anything spicy. I think I like ate like one bulldog noodle once. Like not even the pack. It's like the single freaking noodle. No, like, not even drenched in sauce. It was just like touched. Like, you know, it wasn't the soup, but it's like it's dried, you know? It's like not really. Okay, whatever. Anyways, I'm just talking about the fucking noodle. And I just literally ate that and I like just died, you know? It's like, oh my gosh. just like, you know, Yancha pose on the floor, just died immediately. What constantly tells me when it comes to my spice, and you gonna learn today, boy. No. Yeah, I mean, if you want to consider spices as like, I don't know, just like black pepper, like that's good enough for me. I mean, I like seasoned noodles with things that are not spicy, you know. I make my food without spicy stuff in it, so you know, it's good. That's good. Okay, where was I? Alright, that said, this page does not specify the fulfillment of dreams as much as the initial motivation energy to begin the process turning those dreams to reality. You need to put in place clear plans for achieving your dreams and goals. Stay focused on the practical and tangible elements, keeping your feet planted on the ground and not get carried away. Always looking for the next realistic and achievable step forward. Your common sense and a pragmatic approach will lead you to a solution that works. The Page of Pentacles often appears when you're ready to level up your skills and learn something new so you can manifest your dreams. See this card as an invitation to take a class, continue your education, or start an apprenticeship. Try something new and discover another aspect of yourself. The more skills you bring to your portfolio, the more goals and dreams you can achieve. Page of Pentacles may show that you're considering a new business or entrepreneur venture, or you're in the initial stage of setting up a company. You might be new to all this and you have the enthusiasm and commitment and devotion to see that project through. Alright, so that's kind of a really positive card, but I do wonder. Excuse me, I keep like burping. I do apologize. What is it trying to tell us to release though? Is it telling us to not be that kind of person? Isn't that like a little like separated from like what the High Priestess is telling us? just like, just do it, but not too fast, not too much. It's like, okay, that's not how it works. Okay, let's see. How would I read this card? So when it usually is a release, I don't read it as like a fully like avoid or don't do kind of thing. I also see it as a card of like awareness, you know? So maybe the way I'm reading this is that like the Page of Pentacles is like making you aware that like a lot of this is needed for work, you know? Like as I read earlier, the Page of Pentacles is kind of like telling you like, oh, things are gonna come your way, you know? But if you don't put that work in, or you don't put like thoughts into what's like ahead of you, you're not gonna get that, and you might lose that, you know? So like the High Priestess is like talking about how like you have this gut feeling and it's really important to like understand it, but Page of Pentacles is telling you that if you don't put the work to do it, to like move, like go ahead with that, with those instincts of yours, you're probably not gonna get it. Like Page of Pentacles, so Pentacles in a lot of readings are about money, so like this is kind of a bit more materialistic in like the reading as well, but it's like Page of Pentacles can refer to the reward of your hard work, like you're investing your hard-earned money, you're taking that risk, you know? If you're experiencing like health issues, you may like problems may come up if you're like neglecting it, you know? Like it's telling you that like those gut feelings you have on all those things, like whether it's like in love or your career or financially or your feelings, like you gotta act upon it, you know? And just be aware that like if you don't do it, you're probably just gonna miss out on it. Like let's say you're trying to do a job and then you're like, ooh, I got through like the third interview, you know, you're like, oh, I'm like really close, you know? And then like, you know, a week ahead you hear nothing. And then you're kind of like, should I just let it go? But what if they're like, it sounds really sad, but like, what if they forgot, you know? Maybe you should call them back. And like, maybe that's the gut feeling you needed to just like call back and be like, hey, just doing a follow-up. And then maybe you're just feeling like, wait a minute, that's like something we need. We need someone who's like organized to want to like interact and like be like, hey, I'm gonna make this choice and see if I can get this job or something like that. I think like some people, like at least in the work industry, they're like, oh, if you don't call back, that means like you don't like care enough to like get this job, so like maybe we just don't give a fuck and like not give you this job, which is like absolutely fucking stupid, by the way. Like it's dumb that you gotta show initiative, but it's like also really important, you know? Like it's like, I want this thing, you know? And when you like call back to them and they're like, hey, like you showed initiative that you're like interested in this, therefore here, like you can be part of this now. And you're like, wow, why did I have to like call you guys to get this fucking job, you know? Like I thought we were doing good, but like yeah, it's like crazy and complicated and yeah. With like relationships and stuff, it symbolizes, a Page of Pentacles symbolizes like ambitiousness, loyalty, practicality. They may often seen as studious, but once it's like about like focus, they're hardworking, they're a dedicated person. Career-wise, building a strong foundation to the success you want, creating goals or planning strategies of what you want to do. Study hard, like work hard. You'll reap the good rewards as long as you put the work into it. I think the Page of Pentacles, in my opinion, damn, job interview, employment process, like, sucks. Okay. Yeah, I think this card, from what I'm perceiving it, how you guys can read it is like, remember to just look within to like interpret these things yourself. But like how I'm perceiving this card is that if you want the things you want, you gotta work for it, and you gotta be aware of that. I know, like, it's like, whoa, getting the Page of Pentacles is so good, it's gonna come my way, you know, it's gonna happen. But like, you can't get that unless you like actually put in the work, you know, you actually make that step first. And it actually really works well with the High Priestess card, where it's telling us that like we have to look within ourselves to see if we can do it. And it is kind of telling us like, yeah, we can do it, we just gotta like make the like internal thoughts that we have, or the internal like fire that we have, to push forward to make it a reality. And that's awesome. Sorry, I'm just like, whoa, that's cool, you know. That's crazy. Like, that's how I'm seeing it, at least. No way. It's an awareness card of like, if you want what you want, you gotta work for it, okay? You can't just expect it to just land on your lap. And I'm not saying this thing is like, it's like you work on it right now. It's like these were things you worked on continuously before, and now you're seeing the fruition of that, of all of that. Like, it's coming to you, but you still gotta keep going, you know? You can't just drop it off and be like, I'm done right now. Are you really done, you know? I don't think so. Because there might be a little feeling in your head that's saying like, I gotta do something more. And you know what? Maybe you should listen to that like little brain of yours. It's like, I can do it. I just gotta like make that push, you know? Alright, so what are we gaining from these two cards? Ooh, 8 of Pentacles. Let me write that down real quick. We got a lot of Pentacle cards, which is like a very materialistic, physical thing that we are probably like receiving, or like what we're receiving from the cards, not like we're receiving something physically. I think that'd be really funny. It's just like, oh my god, I just got like an iPhone 8 or whatever. What iPhones are we on right now? Sorry, I probably sounded like what are the iPhones on at the moment? 16? I don't know. I said 8 because I remember just seeing so many commercials of that back then. Okay, so 8 of Pentacles, skill development, apprenticeship, diligence, craftsmanship, focus, persistence, refinement. 8 of Pentacles represents dedicated work and the mastery of the craft, emphasizing learning and refinement. Okay, yeah, actually, that does kind of double down on the last two cards of what we're gaining. The iPhone N6 in reverse? What does that mean? Oh my gosh. Am I stupid? But yeah, 8 of Pentacles is a card of apprenticeship and mastery. When this card appears in a reading, you're working hard to improve your skills and become a master of what you do. You may recently change your work, education, or financial circumstances. Now you're applying your sheer determination and concentration to master a new skill that you are learning. An iPhone 64? I don't even know how many iPhones there are or what the ones I'm watching on is anymore. N equals 2? What? What? Okay. You are diligent and hardworking. You're applying yourself to fully whatever is at the center of your attention. As you do the same task over and over, you work your way towards mastery of your craft. Through perseverance and unwavering attention, you will create success. The Eight of Pentacles may indicate furthering at your education or studying in order to hone your skills. You may already be proficient in a particular skill set, but you're now seeking to master them. For example, you may be a great cook, but now you're starting to focus your attention on the French cuisine. Okay, that's really funny. Or perhaps you learned the basics of tarot reading and now you want to become a tarot expert. Well, first off, disclaimer, I am not a tarot expert. I just do a lot of tarot readings in general. And honestly, doing these weekly ones have been like really enjoyable. I feel like I am honing my craft a lot more, but I think this is more like about like my work life. Okay, you know that you'll not learn these advanced skills overnight, but you're preparing the journey towards becoming a master at your chosen expertise. Eight of Pentacles suggests that you're working away at the finer details of the various aspects of your life. You may be unhappy with your current state, and you know you need to change to make those important... Wow, okay, sorry, words. You know you need to make some important changes in your life to increase your overall satisfaction. This card is a positive sign that you're committed to make those changes, and you're gonna give yourself the best possible chance. This is a very hard-working and cautious energy that's present in your life now. Eight of Pentacles is also encouragement to keep doing what you're doing and eventually lead to success. Yes, it requires a lot of dedication, focus, and patience, but as each day passes, as you stay true to your values and belief, you'll get a little closer to your goal. It may not be as apparent as you like, but as you continue working on yourself and making ongoing improvements and adjustments, you ensure that you are the best person you can be. If you encounter this card in a reading and you're not currently engaged in the active pursuit of goals, ask yourself what you'd like to learn and create your better self through these circumstances. Eight of Pentacles may be a card of encouragement and reassurance that the energy you're investing in development will be worthwhile. Okay. Some of these readings are fucking wild in my opinion, because I'm like, what do you mean that they work so well? Like, together, you know? Like literally what it's telling us in my mind's eye is that like what you're gaining from this, like you just gotta do it. You're doubling down on it to like hone your skills, work on like quality, like just move forward with what you're like focused on, you know? Like as long as you take that first step, you know? You gotta take that first step. You gotta keep working hard. This card is like saying like you have to like persevere. You have to like refine yourself. You have to like develop those skills and things like that. You can't just expect everything to just land on your lap. Even if like the Page of Pentacles is like, ooh, it's like there, you know? The Eight of Pentacles is also like telling you for sure like you gotta work on that, you know? You gotta get that with your hard work. And you know, like alongside with the High Priestess, it's like those gut thoughts, like those instincts, like that's what's also gonna help you keep moving forward, you know? You gotta have the confidence to get what you want with these things, you know? I know like Pentacle cards also are very like career based and financially based, so it's like, you know, like developing your skills, like dedication to your crafts, maybe like having like a financial like bonus, you know, at your job if you have a job still. Like if not, like maybe you will get that job and then become like financially independent. You know, like goals may be getting met. You're getting close to like a promotion. Or like, you know, if you're like a self-employed person, you'll like be gaining more business this week or something like that. A lot of these cards, in my opinion, are just telling you that you gotta put in the work. You gotta have the commitment and dedication to like get what you want. And that's like, I mean, okay, like of course it's like, well, as long as I'm doing this, yeah, you know. But it's just like, this is like a strong desire to like move forward, to like gain these self-improvement skills, this like driven aspect of your life, you know. I think that's really nice of a reading. Sorry, I'm stretching right now. I apologize. Okay, I think this is like a really nice reading, especially with like the holiday season coming up. It might be really busy for like a lot of people, like whether it's work wise or like family wise or like whatever wise, like you gotta move forward, you know. You gotta just do it. You just gotta like feel what's within you to be like, I can do this. And instead of like just waiting for it, you have to put in the action. It's like spiritually, like feel what's going on around you and then put that into work physically, you know. It's like, that's crazy. Like I'm like, whoa, these cards are crazy, telling us so much. I'm trying to think about it as well, like for myself, and I'm just like, okay, I see. All right then, all right, we keep going, we keep moving. All right, so that is for today's weekly tarot reading. I will be setting up a let's get to be able to do some card readings together if you guys are interested. So right now I have turned on the draw the card feature, and if you'd like to get your reading done, just remember to write down what kind of reading you're looking for, and I can help you out there. Or, well, it's not like I'm really like helping, I'm like doing my best to guide you, okay? I always feel like I have to like say these things because I don't want people to think like, oh, this is like a for sure thing that's gonna happen. No, it's not, okay? At least with how I do readings, it's a guidance tool, you know? It's not a 100% like fix all situation, things like that. If you do want a fix all situation, I would highly suggest to you know, as the card said, do it yourself, you know. Okay, sorry. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna wait on you guys. Oh, okay, reading on Quetzal's relationship. He's listening in too. Wow, okay, let's see. Let's see if we can get a single card about the relationship of my dear friend Feli and Quetz. Ooh, okay, what is the reverse queen? Okay, I know that, okay, so I also forgot to say this as a disclaimer too, is that if you see a reverse card, do not feel like, oh my god, it's like we're fucked, you know, okay? If anything, how I see it is that if it is something that you're kind of like shaky on, you guys should be able to like talk with each other and like see what is like, what to work on together. So the reverse Queen of Cups is about insecurity, giving too much, maybe oversensitivity, being needy, being too dependent, some inconsistency and imbalance. It may indicate a tendency towards emotional manipulation or excessive sensitivity. So the Queen of Cups means that you're not in sync with your emotions. You can also feel restricted in expressing the way that you truly feel. Most times you may be bottling up your emotions, and that can be very damaging and will lead to a boiling point too in the near future. You may be in the level of high stress and you may not be able to cope with that anymore. The Queen of Cups reversed can also reflect that your mind is wandering too far and you're letting your imagination run away with itself. While you still mean well, you should take a pause to really see where your emotions can be trusted, because you are allowing them to control you. You need to take some time to think if these dreams can be turned to reality, and try to be more emotionally stable during these times so you will know when your emotions are getting the best of you. So like maybe with like a love reading with this, it's like you're taking the role of being a caregiver, a supporter in your relationship. The love meaning can signal that you're putting more effort than your partner, perhaps. You may even occasionally feel like a parent more than a lover. So I actually do want to, you feel really clingy to him. So I do want to note down, this is not specifically just like of you or your partner, you know? It's like both you guys should reflect on both these thoughts. Like for example, when you're like, I feel like, how about like in your heart, you're like, I feel like I'm putting more effort into this relationship than my partner. But like they may be thinking the same thing, you know? And there's like this misalignment of like what you guys want to show your love better, you know? Like maybe you're like, this is how I show my love, and it's not working that well, like how they would want to see it, you know? But like for them, maybe how they're showing their love, you're not perceiving that as well, because that's not like your love language and stuff like that. Maybe you guys both find like the environment that you're in is like very like turbulent and like it's always moving, and maybe you feel like you're walking on eggshells next to each other. Like a big thing is just kind of like, in my opinion, so like a big thing of the Queen of Cups reverse is like just not being in sync with your emotions. That's like the major thing that I'm reading from this card, is that like you feel restricted on your thoughts, you know? And that could be from both parties, you know? Like you're holding in your emotions. There's some things you just don't want to say or how to like express it. And honestly, that like might hurt you more than doing good. Like being able to speak up on your concerns with your partner is very important in a relationship, whether it's good or bad, you know? You could just be like, oh, I'm feeling like really clingy because, and then, you know, you can go into explaining how you're feeling with that. Like, oh, like, I had a hard time at work and like people were very mean to me, you know? And then, like, maybe your partner, they're like, how they show like their love, like, again, this is all just examples here. I'm not gonna assume how you guys have your relationship, okay? Like maybe for them, being able to have a space and like outside of being clingy, you know, is kind of what they need to like be able to relax and then be able to take care of you, you know? Like a lot of this is all about like not letting your emotions take over, like running away with it, you know? Like letting your imagination just go crazy about like, oh my god, like what if he hates me? Like I just I just like I don't know what you would do, but like the first thought that came into mind is just like I farted in bed, okay? Like I was like sorry. It's just like okay, so like sorry. Like, you know, you did something where you think your partner would like not be happy with, you know? And then you're feeling like, oh my god, they're gonna leave me now because I just did like something stupid, you know? But like in your mind, you're like, this is a serious, oh gosh, okay. This is like a serious thing that could like like ruin my life, you know? Like you think could ruin someone's life, you know? And then like for him or like for your other partner, for them, they could just be like, it's okay, I fart too, you know? I'm just trying to use this as a really simple example, okay? Like, I'm so sorry for like being bad at giving these examples. Yeah, everybody farts, okay? Like, just have a good time and rip out a fart. Something like that, you know? like this can go even further. Like, let's say, like, okay, let's use an example that probably makes more sense than just like sleeping with your partner in a bed and you end up like creating a fart oven. Like like okay, you make food for your partner, you know, and you tried something new, and to you you're like, this tastes good, okay? But then when you like give it to your partner, and usually your partner is just like, you're always asking them like, hey, how's the food, honey? And then they're like, it's good, you know, it's good. And but in your mind you're like, just good. Like, you always say my food's great, right? My food's great, right? Is it just good, you know? And then that just like runs in your brain. You're like, oh my god, I screwed up the food. And I know they had a hard day at work, and now I screwed up the food. I'm hecked, you know, like I messed up, like stuff like that. Like your imagination just like is doing more bad than good. But then that's when you should like ask them like, hey, was the food actually really good? Is there something I should fix, you know? And maybe for your partner it's like, oh, it was too salty, you know, but like I still ate it because I love you, you know, things like that. And they're like, oh, okay, I'll work on it next time. And you know, you get to be able to talk about it more, things like that. So like a big part of this card is recognizing that like your emotions are a little like off balanced, that like, you know, your partner might be feeling insecure, and they're leading to a lot of clinginess or excessive need for validation. Maybe like, and you like need that space for yourself sometimes, which is not a bad thing, by the way. Like, everyone in a relationship has a certain amount of space they need too. Like, of course you love that person, you know, but what if you just had a really tough moment and you're just like, I just need a break, you know? You could just like be with them, you know, but you don't want to be able to like handhold them all the way through, because you wish you could also be handheld all the way through what you're dealing with too, you know? There could be like overly emotional feelings or emotionally shutting down, like it's the extremities of the imbalance of emotions. Maybe you're dealing with someone who's like emotionally immature and might get hurt, like have that hurt of feelings, and you're kind of like walking on eggshells trying to talk to them about that. In my opinion, like this card is just telling you as well that like you should be able to speak up to your partner. Like you should trust that your partner isn't gonna treat you like terribly, or like recognize that like because your brain chemicals are making you feel a little crazy, that like in the reality sense, you know, that's not the case. Like it's honestly just like, it's just like you should be able to rely on your partner and be able to talk to them about like these concerns you have, and like understand where they're coming from too. Like I don't know those feelings you might be going through, Feli, or like maybe Quetz is going through some certain concerns like that they're going through too. But like, you know, like take the time to like sit down and maybe just be like, hey, am I being too clingy? Like, do you need some space to hang out with your friend? And if Quetz just says like, no, you're fine, you know, then you should accept that. You know, you should trust that what they tell you is the truth, you know. But now, if Quetz, if you're listening right now, if you're lying, if you're just trying to make Feli feel better by saying that, you shouldn't do that. I think like if it is a concern, you know, if it is a concern for you, do bring it up to Feli, you know. Just be like, hey, X happened, so I'm feeling a little Y, therefore I want to do Z instead. And you know, maybe you guys could just like spend different ways to spend time together, you know, stuff like that. I hope that was helpful. You know, I'm like uh doing my best. I'm doing my best. But yeah, I hope that was really helpful to like understand and maybe bring you and Quetz a little closer, Feli. It is kind of funny to just hear that you're like, oh, I've been really clingy, haha. And it's just like, wait, this card is reading me like a book. Yeah, okay, I'm so glad that was very helpful. Big thank you for letting me read your card, and I do hope you know, whatever you're going through, you're able to talk to Quetz about it and not feel like, you know, you're alone in all these feelings too. Like maybe Quetz is going through something that you guys can both like understand and relate to. No way! This card got my ass! Alright, a generalized reading. Okay, generalized reading for False Meyer. Alright. A reversed Four of Swords. Ooh, okay. So a reversed Four of Swords is restlessness, burnout, anxiety, tension, fatigue, agitation, stress, disturbance. The Four of Swords may indicate resilience through rest, including exhaustion of heightened stress. So you should take a break, is what this card is telling you. It's asking you to try to recover yourself, release yourself from isolating. Like, you're getting burnt out. Like, it's a time for you to heal. You need to relax, you know. Your heart needs to relax, but your mind is like going like 100 miles per hour, you know, or what, 100 kilometers per hour. Something like that. It's like you're like, there's too much that is depending on you, and you think you can't take that break, but like following that path is like highly not advised, and it could really affect your health. If it hasn't affected it now, well, like, it's going to, okay? So like, rest, you know. You can continue to fight, like, you can still continue to like move forward, but a lot of that is probably going to be ineffective, and you must have enough awareness to like, of like your own strength, whether it's like physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, whatever, to like back out. Like, you gotta have that strength to decide when you need to quit. And to like rest, to like retreat from it, is like a means of like self-love. And like if you just keep trying to push ahead, like you're probably making it more difficult for yourself long term. Like if it has to do something with like financially, like you're not accepting any support, you're probably recovering from financial pressure. Maybe like with like career, like work wise, like you should be getting like time off of like work, you know, or like maybe you're getting burnt out from work. Like you may be feeling like way too stressed and you just need to take time off to take care of yourself. Like that's really important. Like be aware of your like stress levels and like signaling how like how if you still need to work, like this card is like signaling how you should be like blocking out rest times then, you know. No matter what you do, like even if you're like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep working, you know, no matter what you do, your body will eventually force you to take a break. So like if you don't want to take that break now, you're probably just gonna get like even worse. Like you're probably feeling like restlessness, maybe some anxiety, maybe overwhelming, you're trying to find clarity, you're not at peace with yourself. This card is inviting you to like confront those feelings. Like, why are you restless? And you know, like maybe asking yourself that and you get like an answer isn't asking you to like fix it immediately, but it's recognizing that it's there, you know. Like you should embrace that like those are feelings that are of your own and use it as an opportunity to grow and understand yourself more, like, you know, connect with yourself better that way. So yeah, I hope that was helpful. I don't know what you're going through. Like I know like maybe there's probably some stress with like year-end stuff or like a move and things like that. But yeah, of course, you're welcome. Thank you for asking. You know, I'm not here to pry whatsoever. Just kind of like throwing out ideas of like what you probably are going through just to make you feel like, again, you're not alone in all these thoughts as well. You know, some people can see this and like read it for themselves too. But this card was read for you. You recognize that, take a step back, take a break. Like, if you do need to keep working, just remember to block out time for yourself too, you know? Alright, let me take a bit of a stretch here. The draw of the card is still at a it's still like there's still like 5 minutes left on it. So let's see, I did have 4 weeks of PTO stocked up because I don't know what a break or vacation is. Well, it's time to use it. Use it now. Use your PTO now. Oh my gosh, Poppy, thank you for subscribing for 6 months. Welcome. Hello. Use your PTO now. Take care of yourself now. Yeah. like if you're not taking care of yourself, you're cooked. You're absolutely cooked. You think you're not cooked? Well, you're about to be, you know? Like, you're cooked, son. You're fucking cooked. Take that break now. but like for real though, like yeah. Okay. Let me eat up orange right now. Oh my gosh. Makoto Fox. Hello. Thank you for gifting subs. That's crazy. Thank you for the gift subs. How you been? You want a little tarot reading happening? You can finally use the non-emo. Yay! Oh my god. Absolute Cinema Fox. Absolute Fox. Oh, I wasn't supposed to know. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't see anything. I do not perceive. Wow, thank you, anonymous gifter, for gifting 5 subs. Really appreciate it. You didn't click the hide me button. Oh. Yeah, you had the reverse 2 of cups last week. Let's do like a quick back reading of the 2 of cup card before we move ahead with your generalized reading real quick here. Okay. So reverse 2 of cups means imbalance, division, tension, bad communications, withdrawal. There's probably a disconnection, discord, a lot of negative energy with 2 forces present. You might be finding that certain small details that were not problems before are coming to play, signaling that one party may have resentment. You might be openly talking about disagreements, which have to just suddenly get cut off, only worsening the cycle. You might be having problems with, like, you know, colleagues, or maybe you have some codependency or uneven power dynamics, whether it's like at home or like at work or just like an outside force, things like that. Spending more than you can earn, just like a lot of other stuff. I don't know how that felt for you last week. Again, not here to pry whatsoever, but did that ever like ever come up for you, or did you just kind of feel like, oh, that's just something I just had to be aware of, but like nothing bad happened, which is like great too. Like I said, it's not like these cards are reading your future or anything. It's just kind of like telling you like, ooh, like there might be something of concern to like keep your eyes on, but it's not like a one-to-one situation of stuff that happens. Hi, Bio Penguin. Welcome. Thank you for checking in. It's kind of like, you know, maybe even like your relationship with like your parents or something. That could even just be something simple. I don't think there's anything special happened last week. That's good. You know, I mean, like, I say it's good because it's just like, you know, you don't want something that feels like you have to like keep watching your back on something, you know. Aho, welcome. Thank you for the check-in. But yeah, okay, that's good. I was like, when I think when we were just reading this card again, I was like, oh, yeah, I generally don't like surprises, so that's good. That is really good then. Yeah, you know, we just were able to like just relax and just see what was ahead of you instead of looking behind, you know, the back of your shoulder all the time. So let's see how this generalized reading of this goes. Okay. Reverse 8 of Wands. True, I'm a real fan, Poppy. Thanks for the 5 stream streak. Awesome. Ooh, we all got like a hype chest going on here. What do we got? Oh my god, this cat is so cute. The heck? Can I draw a card too, or would be sent to the Shadow Realm? Oh, right now there's still 4 minutes left off the draw a card option, so there's still gonna be like time until. No, you collected all of the level 1 emotes. Dude, this serve, that's a serve, like, emote is so cute. What the heck? I love it. Yeah, okay, sorry. My brain is just going off everywhere else. But like, so there is a cooldown for each card reading. So right now there is a 3-minute cooldown reading on it. I am still reading chesses, so you know, you can just write down what you like and I'll just get to it next time too. Alright, so 8 of Wands, reverse. So it means delays, frustration, stagnation, holdups, interruption, blockage, sluggishness, impasse. 8 of Wands indicates that anticipated progress may be delayed, leading to frustrations. So, it also could mean like losing momentum. There's some hastiness with it all. Upright 8 of Wands, well, 8 of Wands in general is usually associated with like being patient. There's a possibility of feeling frustrated with something. You might like see there's like obstacles in your way and now you're discovering them right now. You understand you cannot change the past, you must forgive yourself and adapt your strategy. Yeah, like, I do understand. Seeing a lot of reverse cards might just be like, like, I feel really bad about myself, you know? But how I see reverse cards are not bad things. If that is of concern to you, try to see it from a different perspective. Like, see it as cards of, like, awareness, you know? See it as, like, something to just, like, recognize that they're like also not all bad, you know. They're not all bad cards to get. Some of them are just telling you to just like, okay, that's good. You know, just take a step back and like recognize your surroundings. Or like, you know, some reverse cards are actually just being like, hey, you're gonna have a good time, you know. Like, I'm thinking about freaking reverse tower is actually better than upright tower, like for real though. Like, I always go back to the tower when I talk about tarot cards when it comes to like the negativity of seeing reverse cards. Like, bro, getting a reverse tower is like so much better than getting an upright tower. I'm like, you know, just like completely freaked out. But yeah, reverse 8 of Wands is telling you to, you know, like, be patient, believe that everything will be just fine, breathe, try to relax. Reversal of this card is just like, there might be just some disagreements going on, but like, you should focus on improving, like, yourself, you know? Like, it's hard, like, this card would just kind of be telling you might be losing a lot of your focus or like lack of patience, like just a lot of misunderstandings, and the card could just be telling you to like take a step back from like seeing those things and then like maybe like set up a schedule or like giving yourself that break to like see things a bit more reasonably. As long as it's not the tower, then it's fine. For sure. That's definitely how I feel too, at least with tarot readings. If I see that tower card, upright tower card, I'm like, alright, so am I gonna die? Like, am I dead? Like, you'll get the death card and then people be like, oh my god, that's so scary. I'm like, dude, that's a great card actually. But the tower card, you're fucked. You're you're hacked, man. You're screwed. Yeah, did I just mess up and get the bad ending? You know? That's how you think about the tower as well. Well, fuck, you know. Alright. It actually does make me feel a lot comfortable, comforting that like some of you guys have done like know a bit about tarot reading, so it's like some of these aren't as too like scary and stuff. Actually, Bio Penguin also has a 5-stream streak. Congrats! Hello! 5-stream streak, that's awesome. But yeah, so let's go more a little deep diver into what the reverse 8 of Wands could mean. So like through love, you know, it's really major about like misunderstandings. Like whether you're single or attached to someone, you gotta think about carefully what you say or do, you know. You're tempted to do something. If you're tempted to do something instead of waiting, like you gotta reconsider that. Instead of pushing forward, you're better off giving the other person time or space. If you're like, if your life is like hectic right now, like it's easier to get lost or confused. Like, give your partner or like the person you're interacting with like the benefit of the doubt, as you two are like trying to make sure to continue communicating with each other, you know. Career-wise, like you're trying to apply towards it but you're not moving fast enough, or like, you know, you're like searching for a job and that's a little stagnant and you're really frustrated with like the like employment world out there. Like, job, trigger word, job is so bad, you know. Like you're not advancing, you're not like getting like any acceptances. It's like just really tough, you know. You just feel like you're like stuck in one place no matter how much work you put into it, you know. And like these concerns will be like they would like they would like manifest like these overwhelming feelings, and it's like it's really daunting. And it's also telling you to like take a step back from that too, you know. Like, how hard did you work, you know? You probably worked really hard if you're like job hunting and you still haven't gotten shit and you're just like, man, work it, you know. Like, take a break for yourself, you know. Jobs, not the J word, yeah. Financially, it might be like maybe frustration of how like fast money is coming in, you know. Like maybe there's not enough money flow. Like the main takeaway is just be more patient. Everyone's like doing their part. Like one day you may have the income you desire, but like, you know, take it slow, things like that. Like as for like feelings, you know, you have like a sense of confusion or hesitation. You may be feeling overwhelmed. You may be struggling with a lot of internal pressures. Oh my gosh, Babo, thank you for subscribing. Yeah, jobs, terrible. You'll be feeling restless or impatient, you know, like you want progress, you know, you want all this progress, but like remember that this card is just telling you to like reassess that, what like how you're really feeling, and recognize like, you know, you're putting a lot of work on yourself, a lot of like heavy work on yourself, and just like remember to take that break, you know. I hope that's helpful, Chess. Babo when we playing Kirby Air Riders. And for those who have a Nintendo Switch 2, we should play Kirby Air Riders together. Alright, I think there should be a another opening for card reading, so feel free to use your heartbeats for that if that's of interest. Kirby in your command prompt. It's Kirby. Or slash Kirby, you know. Exclamation mark Kirby. Hoyo! Yeah, if I guess in the next 10, in the upcoming like 10 minutes, like on the dot of 40, if no one else has, if no one wants to have a card read, that's totally fine, and I could end my stream here. Totally fine. Ooh, okay, another generalized reading. Taho, how you been? I know you're a very busy egg. Ooh, upright the sun. Okay. Alright. We're going major arcana here, ayy. Oh, it's okay, Poppy. So the cooldown turns off every 8 minutes. So give it like around like 10 minutes and then you'll be able to do the reading again. I'm like still testing out the timings of the readings because sometimes they go a little shorter and they go a little faster, but like just like it's a bit of like a mix of like timing and stuff. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, take your time, it's okay. All right, so let's talk about the sun. So the sun positively means happiness, success, optimism, vitality, confidence, proof. The sun is all about like abundance, radiance, you know. The sun gives strength and vitality to all those who are lucky enough to feel its rays. There's much joy and happiness that is coming to you. Because of your own personal fulfillment, you provide others with inspiration and joy as well. People are drawn to you because they're capable of seeing the warm and beautiful energy which you bring into their lives. You are also in a position where you're capable of sharing your qualities as well as achievements with other people. You radiate love and affection towards those you care about the most. This card shows that you have a significant sense of deserved confidence right now. Life is currently particularly good and the sun is shining your way as you reach the goals that you set. The sun was one of the cards in a tarot reading which provides nothing but good feelings and fulfillment. Yeah, you radiate love, Tahoe. So when it comes to like relationships, there's like love, positivity, attraction. There's also like enthusiasm, like in work, it's like successful work projects, enthusiasm at the work you get. And then like maybe you have a really strong financial situation coming up, things like that. Yeah, Tahoe love beam. Just explodes everyone in the explodes everyone in this observatory. Sorry. So like in a love like sorry, oh, blanked out. Okay, like in a relationship, you know, like this card is like harmonious. You feel very closer to like people you care about. If you're like single, like you know, just kind of like take the time to just like be yourself, you know, let yourself shine, and like everyone who see you like are going to recognize that. That's so cute. And like financially, you know, you're probably in a comfortable and rewarding situation right now. Like a lot of gratitude, a lot of abundance. It's like you're optimistic with your job like situation. Like if you're like in the middle of like working and it's like kind of like struggling, like the sun is like kind of like the light in that tunnel, you know? Like, but like a very bright light. Like you're really close to finishing, you know? You're almost there. It's like you still have new job prospects showing up. There's a lot of continued positivity to bring success to your career, you know? You like the sun reveals like how someone might feel of you, you know? Like you bring a lot of joy to their life. Your energy draws them in. There's some clarity and happiness within yourself, and you feel like the optimism for like everyone around you. Kaho's future looks very bright. It's like burning. Oh my god. What the? Why was that? Why did that happen right when I went with the? Whoever timed that was crazy, okay? That was crazy timing. Like, the sun is about embracing positivity. There's like clarity in your actions. You know what you want to fulfill. Like, you attract like a lot of like happiness, positivity, optimism, like abundance into your life. Like this week. Or even next week. Or the upcoming week. But you know, this is my weekly, you know, reading. So it's like for the week. But yeah. I hope that was helpful. I feel like you've been having a really busy time. Who did that bomb? Who bombed the observatory? Like, at least the observatory table, like, you guys are just hanging around. Yeah, that was me. I see. You guys are so funny. I love the little Jack companions running around. Like, Funky did such a good job. Like, doing all these little guys. You guys are so adorable. And I love like seeing some of you guys with like your little chef hats, little bells. I need to ask Niki Papa if they can make more accessories, but I don't even know what you guys would like or want. But yeah, okay, so there's a 2 more minutes on the cooldown. Let me drink some water and eat more oranges while we wait. I'd like to ask about my future artistic projects. Okay. That's exciting. Let's see. Our mouth was full. King of Cups. Okay. So the King of Cups means emotional balance, control, wisdom, compassion, diplomacy, stability, support. The King of Cups rules with compassion and wisdom, balancing emotions with reason and offering generosity. So yeah, I mean, I think it's a pretty good card. It's about like balance, devotion, advising, counseling. Like, it's the most influential card in the Suit of Cups. It represents creativity. The card shows the ability to restrain your own emotions, but be fully in charge of your feelings and impulses as well. It indicates there's a strong relationship between understanding and feeling. It means that you have like a deeper knowledge of yourself, an awareness of yourself. Like, you may be faced with like challenges that normally would throw you off balance, but the King of Cups reminds you that like you're in control, you know. There might be things that is like, ooh, like I'm a little scared, but like you're in control of that state that you're in. You're like learn to evaluate yourself to determine how you can create a stronger awareness of where you are at right now. It's also very diplomatic. It's possible for him to balance the needs of others. So like, you know, maybe you have to like take care of like a group project, you know, maybe it's just like not an artistic, like solo artistic project, but like, you know, maybe the King of Cups are recognizing you as like the leader of like a group project. It also implies that you will remain mature, dealing with negative energies around you. Career-wise, or like those projects that is like respect and admiration, some stability, being realistic but hopeful. Like when situations feel like stressful, like you're the one who's able to maintain the peace, you know. Like you have a lot of experience behind you, so you're very caring, compassionate, and you could mentor those around you as well. Like you have a lot of wisdom, and you could like use that to like move forward with your projects in the future. You could also probably like inspire and win people over with like your thoughts or your abilities, like the strengths that you have. It's like ironing out like conflicts that could be happening too. Like maybe if you're gonna make like a, I don't know, like a large purchase, maybe like with some art products, for example, it's reminded to be like, it's like, it sucks when it's expensive, but you're satisfying yourself, you know. You gotta take care of yourself too. Like the King of Cups signals to like dive into like the emotional thoughts within you, valuing the bonds you have for other people, nurturing your own feelings, like maybe going through something challenging or self-reflecting, and maybe that's like what you might need in your art as well. Encourages you to lead with empathy and have deep connections. Like maybe your art would be able to connect with other people like around you, like a good self-reflection time through like journaling or doodling and stuff like that. Like it is quite generalized, like, but like maybe it's like what it's telling you is that like what your projects have like ahead for you are like things that like might like get people to be like inspired to do something, you know. Like they see like, I was just thinking about like Toho game jams, and I was, you know, like looking at some of the games, I was like, in the back of my head I was like, oh my gosh, if Poppy made like a did like art for like a game jam, I would have been like really cool, and I'd feel really like inspired, like, because I feel like your art would look really good like in games as well. Like it is a lot of hard work, but like, you know, that could be like a project you're looking towards too, you know, the next game jam. There's Poppy who's part of it, and then like moving ahead, it's like, yeah, it's all a lot of hard work, but then, you know, maybe you get like top 5, you know. Maybe you don't get top 1, which they're wrong about in the first place, but that's besides the point. It's like you get top 10, but then like someone sees your art and they're like, oh my goodness, like they see the game you made and they're like, this is beautiful, like it's unique, and I wanted to make something like this in the future. You're like leading people with like your art, you know. I don't know, I hope that was helpful. I was like, oh, it's a very interesting card to receive when thinking about like art projects, but how I see it is just like, you know, your dedication to your works, you know, your being able to help others like in those projects as well if you're like working with someone, and maybe even like with yourself, you know. You could end up like helping others, like helping yourself with those feelings you have, like going through a project and recognizing where you need to be. Like maybe it's frustrating going through those stuff, but you recognize that like, hey, you know, it's gonna be okay, and there's like this is for myself at the end of the day, you know. But yeah, I hope that was helpful. Thank you, Amuro. I'm preparing a bigger project by spending so much time in preparation, but now I understand I'm doing so because I'm in control, not rushing things. No, yeah, that's actually really helpful. To recognize like you have the control of it. Like, yeah, there is a lot of preparation. There's a lot of preparation to all of that, you know. However, you're doing these so that you can you could be able to be like, what's the word, like you're balanced, you're aware of these things yourself, you have the knowledge to do all these planning, that like, you know, that you're gonna be okay, you know. Of course, if things, you know, if a situation might throw you off balance, just remember like, hey, it's gonna be okay. Like I have the state of mind to recognize where something may have messed up, and then I'm gonna fix it, and then I'm gonna move forward, you know. Just like you'll have that awareness to like be able to do that. And I think the King of Cups is really helpful with that feeling you might be having where it's like, oh, like, you know, I'm really scared of where it's going and stuff, but like with all this planning that you're already doing, I think you'll be just fine. I think you'll be just good, Poppy. Planning all of that is very important, and I think like a lot of people are gonna recognize all that like all that work you've put into it, so they're gonna respect it and like admire a lot of that focus you put into your project. Right. Thank you so much for letting me read your card. Okay, I could do one more, so but if not, in the next hour I'll call it good here. Thank you for reading my future. No, this is a guide. You're so funny. I think you'll do great. I'm quite excited to know what this project is now. I gotta be patient. I'm gonna be like, what's Poppy up to? But yeah, I hope you guys have been enjoying these the weekly ones. I've done it like 3 times now, I think. Or 4 times. Kind of curious your guys' thoughts on all of this. Is it helpful or is it just interesting? Like, if it's not helpful, you're just like, well, I'm just having a good time being here, you know? Or like, maybe you're just like, this is kind of bogus, and that's like super understandable feeling as well. General about career. Okay. The vibe is so nice too. All the tension has left your body. Okay. That's great. I'm so glad to hear that. You're like, oh, I'm free. Alright, Pickles, welcome. Alright, I'm gonna turn off the draw my card option, so this will be my last reading. Let me set that up here real quick. I really appreciate you guys all being here and just enjoying one of my favorite one of my favorite hobbies. I don't know if I would really, it's not like a job, you know, it's just something I really like trying out and helping people with if they just need some thoughts on like things. At the end of the day, this is not like a future, it's like, ooh, I'm not reading your future, you know. It's like, it's just a guide of like what could help like put your focus on, you know. All right, career reading for Pickles. Ooh, reverse lovers. Disharmony, imbalance, misalignment, conflict, discord, tension, and disconnect. The lovers indicates challenges in relationship, miscommunication, or imbalance in emotional connections. Okay. So I don't know if you actually have a job at this time. But like this could be a bigger meaning about like, you know, conflicts between colleagues. There might be some trouble with like romance at work. I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know what you guys do, but that's okay. But like, you know, that could be like troubling, you know. So I'll just first read a general reading for the reverse lover. Is that it points to both inner and outer conflict that you're dealing with, like, you know, loving yourself, love for others, and you know, you might be putting pressure on those relationships. Take the time to think about what you're punishing yourself for, or so you can fix them or let them go. You may also be thinking about your personal values and belief systems to make sure they align to what you want from your life. Like there might be a break in communication that could be in another possible interpretation of this card. Foundation of your relationship may be cut off and creating imbalance between you and the other person. Reverse can also indicate you're avoiding responsibilities for your actions. You may be made a decision that's based on your desire, but you're now blaming others for consequences that are catching up to you. If you need to make amends or let go of the past, make it now. Better now than later. So like, you know, it could be conflicts between colleagues. There might be some impulsive financial choices that you're doing. You're not responsible with your finances. There might be like problems with like a business partner. You might have to have a long discussion with like your boss. There might be a person that's doing all the work and like has to carry the team, so like you might be the person doing all that, or like someone else's, and you're like kind of recognizing that, you know. Maybe you're like, a lot of people are feeling dragged down at work or not putting in their fair share. Also maybe like if you're like still job searching, you're feeling really impulsive with like your financial choices, you know. Like, are they really like responsible to just get immediate gratification, but you're like but you realize like you're still like in the midst of like working really hard with all of that. But also like it could also just tell you to focus on yourself. Like if you do have your job, like is this job really like what's fit for you, you know? Maybe you have to reevaluate your relationship with your job too, with your career. Maybe you need to take a step back from it, you know, maybe take a break and not realizing that maybe it's not serving your best interest either. You should engage in activities that probably promote your personal growth instead, like maybe trying out a new hobby. It's like asking you to maybe prioritize your own needs and desires, gain clarity, like nurture yourself, move forward. Again, as I say, you've been wanting to change to a new company. Wow, okay. Yeah, it really feels like the workplace situation or like the work balance right now is very like imbalanced. And it feels like it's gonna be a major change, you know, with the major arcana. It's like this choice may have been like it's a huge choice for you to make, you know. There's like a misalignment with like the career path you have. Like maybe when you first went into that job, you're like, woo, super excited, you know? and then realizing now that you're like, that's kind of like not what I was going for anymore. So like you're trying to find that passion again in like another company, stuff like that. Yeah, I think what this card is trying to tell you, like as a guide, is that maybe like along with the cards we got down here, like the High Priestess and stuff, is to like, what is your gut feeling, you know? Do you want to like do a change, you know? And maybe like, yes, you're scared of like the stability in your life and things like that. Like, oh, like I might be unemployed like for like a month or something, maybe even 2 months, and that's really scary, you know? But like what this card may be telling you is that maybe you should be making that choice. Maybe you should you should think about it, you know? Like lay out the pros and cons, see what's like ahead of you. Like perhaps you still have to stay at this job, but you start putting out like resumes, go through interviews and stuff like that. Like at the end of the day, a lot of these cards are just telling us like what we may need to hear to like work on, but we need to put in the action as well to be able to get there, you know? But yeah, I hope that was helpful. That is like with major arcanas, like this card is, I feel like with the lovers, it's kind of funny to get that card as a career choice, but I think it's really important to recognize it's kind of like telling you like, do you really like love yourself, you know? Like love yourself for and like for like the job you want, you know? Is this the job you truly want to stay in? Like probably not. So like what do you want to do about that, you know? I think that's kind of like how I'm reading it, at least. That's good. I'm really glad that resonated with you a lot. But yeah, don't feel like, you know, impulsiveness is not the key here. It's like, you know, weigh out what you have. Do what makes you feel like would be the best way moving forward. It's really scary, you know, like especially with job related tasks, like you just don't know like where things will go sometimes. It's like nerve-wracking even, you know. And I'm just kind of thinking about like when I was like finding work before, like I remember just not feeling comfortable with like my place, and then now where I'm at, like I feel a lot better. But you know, that can change too. It's just sometimes you just gotta find something that fits you at the right place and right time, and whatever you end up finding, hopefully it just works out well for you too, you know? Alright, I hope that was really helpful for everyone, and if you weren't able to get a reading in today, hopefully we could try to get a reading for you next time. Usually what ends up happening on these streams now is that the first 30 minutes are me looking back on what we what we ended up reading for our last week's, just to see if like we had a little bit of like things that happened, or if not, like, you know, maybe it was a comforting feeling that like some negative stuff may have not come our way, and if anything, we did our best to avoid all of that and like move forward, continuing on through our lives here. Then we'd end up doing like an hour reading, and do a little bit of card reading for everyone else too. But yeah, again, all of this is out of just guidance, you know. I'm not a mind reader, I'm not a fortune teller. I'm just helping you guys get an idea of like what to look forward to, whether it's good or bad, you know. For me, I've been feeling like these cards are quite resonating, at least the weekly ones. And I will state that, like, yeah, because I am the one reading these cards, the most of the emotions and feelings that go into it will end up being more resonating to me than like the world, you know. Like I can do my best, but there's only so much I can do when it comes to like personally card reading where I'm just like, all right, how will like the week go, you know? But like, since I'm just kind of reading in front of a screen to you guys, the only feelings that these cards can feel are really just from me at first, you know? And that's what I like about doing like the personalized readings for people, is that what you guys end up sending to me to read also receives your feelings too. And I put those feelings that you gave me to the cards, and I think that works out like really great. I hope I can do like more in-depth readings in the future if people feel like that they need it, but otherwise I hope this is really helpful, just even like a small reading like this, just to have some focus or guidance through the day. But yeah, alright. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm very excited to play more Touhou Game Jam games soon, so I'm gonna get some rest here. Alright, Utsumura. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.